Hello students, welcome to the chapter Body Movements. In this chapter we will learn about human body parts and its movements, joints, human skeleton, bones of human skeleton, cartilages, muscles, movement in other animals like earthworm, snail, cockroach, fish, birds and snakes. Before going to the chapter, let us know about what is movements and what is the difference between movements and locomotion. Movements is the act of moving, and you know all organisms moves because movement is the basic characteristics of all the living organisms. So at one place we can also move our body parts. When you are at still position, our chest cavity moves up and down during breathing, heart beats and your eye may blinks. That is the movements of body parts. And locomotion is different from movements. Locomotion is the change of place of an organism from one position to another position. So locomotion is only seen by animals. Plants have no locomotion. Of course, plants show growth related movements. So locomotion in animals are of various types. For example, a bird may fly in the sky, a fish swims in water, a cow walks on the ground. These are the locomotion of different animals. For example, snakes may slither on the ground. So these are the different types of locomotion. Now we study about the human body parts and its movements. Human body parts includes the legs, hands, neck, shoulder, etc. These body parts move differently. For example, the shoulder, our shoulder may rotate completely. Arm can bend partially, that is only back and forth. Neck may rotate partially like this. We will discuss about all these types of joints. Then we will know about the body movements in human beings. In human beings, joints are responsible for the body movements. If our body consists of one bone, then can the body moves? Of course no. Our human body consists of many bones. Bones are the hard part of our body. If you press your fingers on your body, you find some hard parts. These hard parts are known as bones. So, bones, joints and cartilages forms the human skeleton. Before we will go into about the different bones, different types of bones in human skeleton, let us know first about the joints. What are joints? Joints are the places where two parts of our body seem to be joined together. And for example, your arm consists of forearm and the arm. Actually, there are two places, the forearm and the arm. They consist of bones, and the bones are joined together, and these places are called joints. Based on the types of joints, what type of joints are movable and what other types of joints are not movable. The joints which can move are known as ball and socket joint, pivotal joint and the hinge joint. But some bones cannot move, they do not allow movement. For example, the skull bones. The skull bones are fixed, they cannot move. Now, we will discuss about the movable joints. That is ball and socket joint, pivotal joint and hinge joint. Now see, there are two types of joints is there. This is the joint found in the hip region. The one end of the thigh, that is femur, is attached with the pelvic bone in the pelvic joints. And you observe in another joint, in the shoulder joint, there is a bone which which has a rounded end and it fits into a cavity in the shoulder. So this is known as ball and socket joint. How it works? So I have made an activity how the ball and socket joint works. You know that ball and socket joint is a joint in which the cavity of one ball fits into the rounded end of other ball. So when the rounded end of other ball fits into the socket, this allows movement in all the directions, that is in 360 degree. This type of joint is known as ball and socket joint. Another type of joint is called hinge joint. Hinge joint is found in the elbow region. It consists of two bones. In the elbow region, there is a hinge joint. This joint allows movement like the hinge of a door. You have seen the hinge in the door. It allows only back and forth movement in one direction only. So this type of joint is called hinge joint. And there is an activity how the hinge joint works. So there is a cylindrical hollow space and there is a cylinder. When it fits into it, it allows only back and forth movement like that of a hinge of a door. Now come to the pivotal joint. Pivotal joint is found in the neck region. You observe this pivotal joint in the neck. You find rings of bones. These are the cylindrical bones forms a ring. The bony structure of one bone fits into the bone of another or pivots into the another bone, forming a ring, and it allows back and forth, that means forward and backward and left and right movement. The neck also rotates partially. So these are about the ball and socket joint, hinge joint and pivotal joint. Another type of joint, you see, that is immovable joint, is found in the skull region. Skull consists of two joints, two bones. One is the skull, that is upper jaw, and the rest part of the skull, and the lower jaw. You see, the lower jaw is movable, but the skull, that means the upper jaw and the rest part of the skull, is not movable. It is immovable joint. So these are about the total different types of joints. Now come to know about human skeleton. Human skeleton consists of bones, joints and cartilages. We have already discussed about the joints. Now let us come to know about the different types of bones. Bones are the hard part of our body, and we can observe the bones by the X-ray image. You might have seen the X-ray report if you suffer from any injury, accidents or like that. You get an X-ray image of the bone structure. This is the X-ray image. Similarly, the whole body consists of the skeleton. It gives a framework to the body. It also supports and shape to the body. So, another function, important function of the skeleton is that it also protects the important internal organs of the body. Now, what are the different bones? You see, mainly the bones are first is the forearm, the arm, and the wrist, your palm, and the fingers. This is the bones of the forelimb, and this is the bones of the hind limb. So the bones of the forelimb consist of the arm bone, that is called humerus, and the forearm bones consist of two bones. One is radius and other is ulnar. Again, the wrist bones are called carpals, the palm bones are called metacarpals, and the finger bones are known as phalanges. Similarly, the hind limb bones consist of the thigh bone is the femur, the leg bones, the knee also rounded bone that is called patella, and the leg consists of again two bones. One is tibia, another is fibula, and the ankle and foot consist of tarsals, metatarsals, and the toes are called phalanges. Then the skull. Skull consists of upper jaw and the lower jaw. Then the rib cage. Rib cage consists of a box-like structure. You see, it consists of a box-like structures. From the sternum, the ribs are attached with the thoracic vertebra of the backbone and forming a cage-like structure, and that is known as the rib cage. The bones are curiously bent. It protects the internal organs like heart, liver, and the lungs. Similarly, the brain also, the skull, protect an important organ that is called brain. Then come to the shoulder joints. In the shoulder joints, it consists of the one end part of the arm. There is a clavicle and the shoulder blade at the back side of the shoulder. Similarly, the pelvic bone. The pelvic bone is the part of the body which encloses below the stomach. This is the part where you sit on. Next is the backbone. It is found in the back side of your body. It consists of small ring-like bones. These bones form a cylindrical part, and it can allow us to bending. And these are about all the different types of human skeletons, the walls of the human skeletons. Now, we'll discuss about the cartilages. Cartilages are also a type of supportive structure. It gives support and shape to the body. Unlike bones, these are flexible. And these cartilages are found on your nose tip, in the ear pinna, and in the trachea of the respiratory system, and also in the outer covering of the bones. Next, muscles. Muscles also help in the movement. To move the body, the muscle have to pull the bones so that our body parts move. For example, suppose when you bend your arm. The arm consists of two bones, you know. Now, here you find muscles, and here also muscles. When you bend your arm, you find that some muscle, this muscle is known as biceps, and the other muscle is known as triceps. The muscle has the property to contract. When it is contracted, it becomes shorter and stiffer. This muscle attached to the bones pull towards when you bend our arm. At the same time, the triceps relaxes. It never pushes the bones. So when you extend your arm, this type of phenomenon takes place. When you bend, this type of phenomenon takes place when alternately, when the biceps relaxes, the triceps contracts, and it pulls the bone in the opposite direction. In this way, all the body parts moves due to contraction and relaxation of the muscles. Muscles only pulls the bone. It never pushes. Due to alternate contraction and relaxation of the muscles, our different body parts moves, and muscles always work in pair. So now we'll see whether all animals needs the muscles, bones and joints to move. What about the earthworm and the cockroaches, snails? They have no bones. Now let us know how these different animals and their body moves differently. We'll discuss one by one. First we'll discuss about the earthworm. You know, earthworm consists of a segmented body it has no bones, it has no skeleton, no bones, and it has only muscles. Muscle only contract and relax. Earthworm consists of two types of muscles. One is longitudinal muscles and another is circular muscles. These two muscles contract and relax alternatively. When one body part contracts, the other body parts relax. While relax, it extends its body. While contracts, it shortens its body. This type of extension and relaxation, that is contraction, helps the earthworm to move ahead. To grip on the ground, there are some hair-like structure. These are called bristles or seta. These are called bristles or seta. These give a good grip on the ground while it moves. Some slime substance also secreted from its body that facilitates its movement. Actually, earthworm moves inside the soil. It feeds on the organic substances and makes porous and enriches the soil with fertility. That's why earthworm is known as the friends of the farmer. Now, come to know about the snail. You know, the snail has a very soft body, but there is a outer covering, hard covering. Hard covering. This hard covering is known as the shell. When it walks, it comes out its body from this hard covering. This hard covering is called shell, and it is made up of calcium carbonate. There is a strong muscular hood. This is known as muscular hood. Muscular hood. This muscular hood enables the snail to move on the ground or on the leaves. There is a wave-like movement takes place in the strong muscular hood, so that it helps the snail to drag along its body. And next we will discuss about the cockroach. You know, cockroaches are insects. The body parts of the cockroach consist of head, thorax and abdomen, which is segmented. In the thorax region, this is actually the breast muscles, contains breast muscle, which contains two pairs of wings and three pairs of legs. These are two pairs of wings and three pairs of legs. The two pairs of wings helps it to fly, and three pairs of legs help it to walk or climb. These wings and attached with the muscles, due to contraction and relaxation of the muscles, help the cockroach to quack or fly. Now let us discuss about the movement in fish. You know, fish swims in water. Have you observed the structure of the fish? Is it like the structure of a boat? That means the two ends of the fish are tapering like that of a boat. Like that of a boat. It also consists of fins, tails. How this particular shape, that is called streamlined shape, help the fish to swim in water. You observe the structure of a boat. The boat can also easily move in water because it has two tapering ends, but the middle is broader. Similarly, the fish also, the head and the tail are tapering, but the middle portion is broader. This gives least resistance while moving in or swimming in water. Similarly, the fins and the tail help to keep its body in balance in water to facilitate its movement. How it moves? Actually, the muscles are attached with also with the skeleton also. These muscles contract when the anterior part of the body bends to one side. When it bends to one side, the other part of the body, that is tail, give a jerk to the water and it bends in opposite direction. So it forms a loop, alternately loop, help the fish to swim on water. Series of such jerks helps the fish to swim in water. Next we will discuss about the birds. You know, birds can fly in air. It also can walk and climb on the and perch on the branches. Why birds can able to fly? Some birds can fly and some birds cannot fly. The birds which cannot fly are flightless birds, for example, ostrich. They cannot fly due to their heavy weight. But generally the birds which are fly, they have very light body because their bones are hollow and the body become lightweight. The forelimbs are modified into wings. Forelimbs are modified into wings. It is attaches with strong muscle called flight muscles attached in the breast region that helps to move up and down. And the hind limbs are modified into modified for walking and perching. Perching means that helps the bird to sit comfortably on the branches. So the hind limbs are meant for walking and perching, and the forelimbs are modified as wings for flying. In this way, birds also have streamlined body to give least resistance on the air. Last, we'll discuss about the snakes. You know, snakes are having long body, elongated body. It has no legs. How it can move? The movement in snake is called slithering. It slithers on the ground. As it has no legs, the skeleton, whole skeleton of the body helps it to move. The muscles are attached with the skeleton, with the ribs, and even if the body is very long, all the muscles are interconnected from head to tail region. Due to muscles and the skeleton, it forms a number of loops. These loops help the snake to press against the ground and move ahead, but not in a straight line. So these are the different types of body movements.